as unwelcome as you are to us, greetings. It only feels appropriate Alan Wake makes an appearance to our humble void. After all, I've always been an unapologetic observer of Remedy Entertainment's best work, and will find any excuse to give admiration and explore a broken writer's creation, haunting him through a supernatural influence, taking the player on a reality-altering descent into madness. Before I begin, this is not a superfluous, long-winded play-by-play, minute-by-minute analysis. This would simply ruin the fragile beauty regarding Alan Wake's story. No. Today, we are discussing important themes in Alan Wake. Furthermore, I will not be covering Alan Wake's American Nightmare in this particular video, simply because Alan Wake's American Nightmare is worth a video in itself, and I don't want to gloss over anything from Alan Wake that'll cross over into American Nightmare territory. It's a completely different tone. In short, they're two completely different animals, and in order to tame them both, I have to approach them intelligently, with a sound mind, lest I fall to the dark presence awoken in the dark place. If you have not played Alan Wake before finding us, please leave our void and seek out a copy of Alan Wake. Then, only then, you may return. This is simply necessary in order for you to embrace and enjoy to your most adept capacity possible. For how can you appreciate material you have not interacted with personally? Without a place of self-reference, you have no place to continue. So this leaves the rest of you. Alan Wake is about a writer's journey as he uncovers the mystery behind his wife's disappearance during a vacation in the small fictional town of Bright Falls, Washington, all while experiencing horrors from the plot in his latest novel, which he cannot remember writing, coming to life and attacking him. Yes, that oh so familiar, omnipresent, and intelligent entity. An entity which I've grown quite accustomed to. Hello, darkness. I remember you. How much you have grown in our years apart. Do you sense them too, little one? They want to know about you. Please, come forward. Underneath the twisting, reality-altering Cauldron Lake, otherwise referred to as the Dark Place, is where the Dark Presence remains imprisoned. Its true data origins are unknown, but it has become hypothesized the Dark Presence has been active since the 1970s. Here is where a creator's works become reality. This is highlighted when meeting the Anderson brothers, Dr. Hartman, among a variety of other characters we meet throughout the duration of the game. True to its name, the Dark Presence is nothing short of magnificent in its ability to manifest in artist's creations, projecting itself, strengthening it, like an unyielding black aura, a silhouette of a breathing mass. Claustrophobic, controlling the world as it desires. It can bend one's perception of reality. This is never more evident than in Wake's manuscript departure, as his own writing comes to fruition under the Dark Presence. Ancient, malevolent force, intending on spreading throughout not only Bright Falls, but wherever darkness creeps outside the protection of light. And yes, we will talk about light. It will exist and grow once freed from that mysteriously old and dangerously powerful dark place, slumbering before intermittently being drawn toward a creative mind strong enough to dream it free. To dream it free. So, how do you defeat an ancient evil with the ability of possession, teleportation, immortality, while slithering inside its cloud of flowing black fog? Capable of manipulation on the grandiose scale of rearranging the very fabric of how you perceive reality. You can't. You cannot defeat it. Can you defeat a Taken? Certainly. Is it possible to destroy a possessed flock of ravens composed purely of darkness? Absolutely. You can even kill a vessel with an object imbued with a child's magic. What flows through darkness like an amorphous stream? The answer is obvious. Light. Light is the ultimate weapon in Alan Wake. Yes, it can temporarily fend off the Taken possessed by the Dark Presence, but you will run out of batteries for your flashlight. Electricity needs power. Power will fail. Even a fire will eventually extinguish. When it does, the things that go bump in the night come back. They always come back. They live in the dark, and that darkness is inescapable. Calling light a weapon may not even be a correct description. Light is more of a tranquilizer. You can imprison it, put it to sleep, and attempt to bury it. But you can't kill the darkness, and just when you think the evil is vanquished and all is well in Bright Falls, we see another vessel, a new beginning, a new carrier to dream this miasma of wickedness free, a creative mind harnessed for freedom from a prison, from that very same creative mind's talent. How fascinating. Alan Wake speaks to anyone who is working towards making their dream a reality, and the delicate scale they walk between genius and insanity. The most important theme in Alan Wake is its exploration of the creator's torment. Every person has an unexplainable desire to bring their creation forth into the world. The human need for expression is vastly compelling to witness, and its unbridled execution, whether it be martial arts, music, movies, no matter what discipline, you will feel their presence in what they create. Alan is faced with the nightmare of his own creation. The very same talent he built and carved into a skill, his writing, is a direct route why he finds himself back to the cabin, back to the typewriter, to restore what? To restore the balance. Balance. This is an intelligent depiction of a creator against a night terror scenario where their greatest talent is their biggest opponent. What is more fear-inducing to a creator than their own work held hostage by a talent parasite, regurgitating it back into the world, demented and vicious, thriving on what? On chaos. Every creator, deep down, wants to be loved. And every creator is wounded when their work is used for malicious intent. What happens when you have to lock yourself in that dark place to save the ones you love from yourself? Alan Wake screams at you well after you open this rabbit hole. This may be the first installment of the franchise, but there is more to explore. Goodbye.